Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of my channel. So I'm Mayumi Izumi. My channel is called Fashion Investigator Inc. Today we have a guest. He's actually a contributor to my website, mayumiizumi.com, and this is Taylor Teets. He is estimator extraordinaire of Coach Collision. Taylor is going to show us a continuation of what he wrote on my blog about how to take care of small chips on your car.
So for today's video, we'll focus on the door chips that Mayumi's got on her Volkswagen Tiguan here. We'll focus on this one for the purposes of this video because that's a pretty common and pretty straightforward chip. So for touch-ups, obviously you'll need your touch-up paint, which you can get at a body shop like ours. Some dealerships do have touch-up pens that you can get through them as well. I would recommend talking to your body shop or talking to your dealer to see which route would be better for you to get some paint. Have a paper towel handy to wipe up any drips that you may have. Make sure there's no dust or anything on the panel. If you do put a little bit too much on, you can wipe it off and sort of start again. First thing you want to do is make sure the car is clean. So give it a good wash, get all the road grime off of there, make sure it's dry. A sunny day like this is ideal because then the paint's going to dry real quick as well. So in the touch-up bottles that we give our customers, much like nail polish, there's a brush attached to the lid here. Now the secret to doing good touch-up is wiping off all this extra that you have on the stem here. Wipe off all that extra and then a little bit off of the brush as well. That way you're not dripping like crazy. Because if you just bring it straight out, you see how much is on there? It's just gonna drip. It's gonna be a real big blob and it's gonna drip. It's not gonna look good. So do very light coats. Do one coat at a time, let it dry, and sort of apply gradually is the way that I would recommend doing it. You can see right here, there's a couple of chips. They stand out quite white because it's chipped through the color coat of the paint and down to the primer underneath. So I've got my touch up here, wiping off the extra. I've already made sure that the car is clean. I wiped it with the towel, so we're good to go there. Now I like to come at it from underneath. The reason being is that if you're coming at it on top, that paint is going to want to come down the stem and drip down. So if you come at it from underneath, you can have a lot more control on how much paint you're applying. And just gently use the edge of the brush to go over the areas that have been affected. Come at it from the side if you need to. You'll notice as you're doing it, if your paint is getting a little bit light, you'll still be able to see through it quite a bit. You can reapply if needed. The color is a little bit different, especially when it's first going on. And that's because it's always going to look different when it's wet. And then also, because it's being applied by brush and not by spraying on as we usually would do, it's not going to be 100% matched. So I'm going to put another coat on here. Looks like it's getting dry pretty quick.
So then as it dries, it'll be a closer
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, so as it dries, it'll match a lot better. Like I said, not 100% because it's not being sprayed on, but you can see already that it's blended in quite well. Unless you're getting down real close to it, it's much less obvious. We could do the same thing with a lot of these other chips that are on the rest of the car. The touch-up will work for any painted surface that you have on the vehicle. Rock chips on the front end are a very common one, especially after winter. You got all the salt and the sand and everything on the road for traction. After you've washed your car after winter, definitely a good idea to take the touch-up and go over the front of the vehicle and make sure those are all touched up. It helps to prevent the rust. It won't stop it completely, but it protects from the effects of weather and whatever you're running into with your vehicle. That's pretty much it. Touch-up is pretty easy. If you don't feel like you want to do it yourself, talk to your body shop. They should be able to do it for you if it's a little area like this. All depends on where you are and who you're talking to. Again, touch-up, you can get it at your body shop, you can get it at your dealership. Phone around, find out. Somebody like me should be able to help you out. So with touch-up in a bottle like this, you're going to want to keep it in a cool, dry place, cupboard, garage, something like that. Don't keep it in your car because if it gets hot, it could, expand and that could create a mess. If you're buying a paint pen from the dealership, Different rules may apply with that. A lot of people will just leave that in their glove box. That depends on what type of pen you're buying. Talk to your dealer if that's the route you're going to.
So thank you so much, Taylor, for that great information on how to cover up your chips. If you'd like to read more about Taylor and his Car Care Corner on my website, please subscribe to mayumiizumi.com, and also I will provide links to Coach Collision's Instagram, Facebook, and their website. Thank you so much.
Thank you.